How do I create displays in PASCO Capstone? I'd like to show you 4 different techniques for creating displays such as graphs, digits displays, and text boxes in your PASCO Capstone workbook. I'll begin with the QuickStart templates, which automatically appear on any new workbook page. You'll notice that the top row defines both the layout and the displays, whereas the bottom row of QuickStart template icons define only the layout. These placeholders allow me to choose which display I'd like in each location. I'll begin with the 2 small, 1 large display template. And now I can simply click on these placeholders to open a pop-up which allows me to select the display I'd like in that location. I'll choose digits for the upper left, text box for the lower left, and graph on the right side. Now for any display designed to show data, such as this graph display, I would of course continue by choosing Select Measurement and defining the measurement I'd like to be displayed. For the second technique, I'd like to use the Displays panel along the right side of my workbook page. And what I can do is simply double-click the display I'd like to create. So I will double-click Graph, and a graph automatically fills the PASCO Capstone workbook page. I'm not limited to just one display though. I can continue on and double-click Digits, and you'll see that the workbook page automatically divides the space between those 2 displays. I can of course continue with a text box and so forth. Now I do have control over the layout of these elements, but if I have a particular layout in mind, it might be quicker to use the third technique for creating displays. And that's to drag and drop display icons out of the panel directly onto the page. So I'll click and drag Graph, and you notice as I hover over the page there are different blue boxes, and these blue boxes allow me to see a preview of where this graph will land. So if I'd like the graph to fill the upper half of my workbook page, I will drop it here. Similarly, I'm going to drag Digits to the lower left, and I'd like the text box to fill the remaining space in the lower right. Now it's handy to know that I can quickly resize these elements by hovering over the dashed blue line between the displays. You'll notice as I click and drag, I can automatically resize all the displays at once, which is pretty handy. And I can do that between any sets of displays. Finally, for the fourth technique, if you know that you're going to be creating a lot of data displays, this shortcut might help you out. If you open up the data summary and locate the measurement that you'd like to display, you can click and drag that measurement, such as position here, and drop it directly over the type of display you'd like to create. So I'll drop position over graph, and you'll see that a graph is automatically created for me, and it saves me a little bit of time because it's already defined to display position.